सम्पूर्ण विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू एवं शिक्षक शिक्षिका मित्रहरूमा म गजाधर केसीको नमस्कार। विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू एवं शिक्षक शिक्षिका मित्रहरू, आज म यहाँहरूमाझ कक्षा 8 को विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि विषय अन्तर्गतको एकाइ 4 बायोडाइभर्सिटी एन्ड इन्भाइरोन्मेन्ट यानि कि जैविक विविधता तथा वातावरण भन्ने पाठको पहिलो खण्ड बायोडाइभर्सिटी को अभ्यास लिएर उपस्थित भएको छु र आजको हाम्रो यो अभ्यास इंग्लिश मिडियममा हुनेछ। Dear students and teachers, today I am going to discuss about the exercise of chapter 4 Biodiversity and Environment, and the first part of this chapter is biodiversity. So let's not delay and go further for our exercise. 1. Choose the best alternatives. A. Where was the Earth Summit about Biodiversity 1992 held? Option 1, China. Option 2, Brazil. Option 3, Africa. Option 4, Japan. The option number 2, Brazil, is the correct option. Now let's go for the B number. Which of the given alternative is related to faunal diversity? Fauna means animals, flora means plants, flora and fauna means plants and animals. So faunal means animals, so it is related to animals. Therefore the answer of the B number is animals. Option number 1, animals. Now let's go to the question number C. Ria is thinking to conserve an endangered plant. Which of the following action going to be taken by her represents the ex situ method of conservation? Out of these 4 activities that she does, will show that it is ex situ conservation. In situ and ex situ conservation that you have, I think, studied in your chapter. So ex situ conservation, so let's see. Out of these 3 options, option number 3, she plants the plant in her kitchen garden, is the correct option. It is why, let's observe all the options. Option number 1, she plants the plant in the community forest. So if it is planted in the community forest, then this is like the in situ conservation, because there is no any type of caretaking activity can be done in the community forest by herself. Number 2, she plants the plant in the same forest where it was obtained from. This is also in situ conservation. First and second both are in situ conservation. Number 3, she plants the plant in her kitchen garden, means that she is able to take care of the plant properly. Therefore it is ex situ conservation. Number 4, she plants the plant in a river bank. So on the bank of the river there is no proper conservation she can carry out. Therefore this is also not in situ conservation. Actually it is not a conservation. Okay, so therefore ex situ conservation refers to option number 3, she plants the plant in her kitchen garden. Now let's go to D number question. Which one of the following represents the significance of biodiversity? Number 1, fodder and firewood are obtained from forest. Number 2, forest maintain greenery. Number 3, tourists often visit attractive forests for fun. Number 4, there is always some fear of wild animals from forests. So which one of the following represents the significance of biodiversity, the importance of biodiversity? So the best option out of these 4 is the first, fodder and firewood are obtained from forests. Now E number, what percentage of a plant species in the world is found in Nepal? So we have to choose that option which represents the percentage of plants species that are found in the in Nepal, and what is the percentage out of, if we take 100% for all the species found in the world. So the correct option is option number 1, 1.1%. Now let's go to 2 number, differentiate. Here we have to differentiate. Dear students, If you are copying the answer of the questions along with me in this video, then it will be difficult to write the answers in my speed. Therefore, what you can do is that you can go to the setting of the video where there is playback speed, and there in playback speed you can set the speed to be slower, to be 0.25. so you click on 0.25 and you can get the video being slower, and you will be able to copy the answers along with me in the video. Okay, so number A, in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. Answer: first of all, in situ conservation, first point, in situ conservation refers to the conservation of species within their natural habitats or original ecosystems. So if any living organisms are conserved in their natural habitat or in their original ecosystems, then it is called in situ conservation. Now, ex situ conservation, first point, ex situ conservation refers to the conservation of species outside their natural habitats, often in controlled environments. Number second of in situ conservation, it involves the areas such as national parks, wildlife reserves, hunting reserves, etc. And ex situ conservation, second point, it involves the areas such as zoos, botanical gardens, safari parks, etc. Similarly, third point of in situ conservation, this method is suitable for all the wild species whether they are endangered or not. Ex situ conservation, number third, this method is suitable for the endangered or threatened species whose survival in the world is at risk. So in situ conservation, we can conserve all type of wild species, but in ex situ conservation, we generally conserve the endangered or threatened species whose survival in the wild is at very high risk. Now let's go to the question number B, genetic diversity and species diversity. Genetic diversity. Genetic diversity, first point, genetic diversity refers to the variety of genes present within a single species in a particular area. So genetic diversity is the varieties which are seen in a single species. Species diversity. Species diversity refers to the variety of different species present in a particular area. Number second, for genetic diversity, it is measured by looking the genetic differences within populations. Number second, for species diversity, it is measuring the number of species and their distribution in a given location. Now, genetic diversity, third point, for example, genetic variations in human populations such as blood types or genetic disorders. These are some examples of genetic diversity. And species diversity, for example, number of bird species in a forest or different types of fishes in a coral reef. Okay, now let's go to the 3 number. Here we just discussed about 2 differences. Only 2 differences have been given in our question, therefore. Now let's go to 3 number. Give reasons. Give a reason. Number A, there is some variation among the individuals of same species. There is some variation among the individuals of the same species. Did you understand this question or not? I don't know. Same species, suppose same species, we people have the same species. Homo sapiens is our scientific name. We are of same species. All the individuals, all the people are of same species, but each individual is different from the other. Therefore, this type of variation is among the individuals in the same species. So what is the reason after this? This question asks the reason after this. Okay, so answer: variation among individuals of the same species is primarily due to genetic diversity. During the process of reproduction, genetic recombination and mutations can lead to differences in traits among individuals. Traits means generally characters. Okay, now let's go to B number. It is difficult to conserve any native species with the ex situ conservation method. Reason: ex situ conservation involves maintaining species outside their natural habitats, often in controlled environments such as zoos, botanical gardens, or captive breeding facilities. While this method can be effective for some species, it may not fully replicate the complex ecological interactions and environmental conditions found in the species' native habitat. So, whatever the effort we have applied to conserve these organisms in ex situ conservation, we cannot provide 100% good environment like how they face in their native environment. Therefore, ex situ conservation, in the case of ex situ conservation, we cannot maintain the environment like how the natural habitat or the in situ conservation area is. Therefore, it is difficult. Okay. Now, C number, forest fire devastates biodiversity. Forest fire devastates biodiversity. Answer: forest fires can have severe impacts on biodiversity. They can lead to the destruction of habitats, causing loss of plant and animal species. Many animals may not be able to escape or survive during intense fires. Okay, when there is very intense fire, then many species will not able to survive. And if there are eggs of birds, then all of them will be destroyed and no new offsprings can be taken out from the eggs. Okay, so if there are just small babies made by the wild animals, then they also won't be able to escape and they also will be destroyed. So forest fire devastates biodiversity. Now, do you know Nepal is rich in biodiversity? Answer: Nepal's rich biodiversity is primarily due to its unique geographical location and diverse climatic conditions. Okay, unique geographical location and diverse climatic conditions. The country stretches from the very lowland Tarai region to the high Himalayas. So, altitude there is variety in altitude. Although Nepal is a very small country, but it has variety in altitude. Therefore, there are different types of climates found in such a small place of Nepal. Therefore, it is rich in biodiversity. So here in sentence, let's go. The country stretches from the lowland Tarai region to the high Himalayas, encompassing various ecosystems such as tropical forest, temperate forest, etc. Now, 4 number, answer the following questions. Number A, what is biodiversity? Give examples. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life forms, including plants, animals, and microorganisms that exist in a particular ecosystem or on Earth as a whole. For example, different species of plants and animals such as trees, birds, insects, and fishes are found in a particular area. Now, B number, what are the methods of conserving biodiversity? Explain any one of them in brief. What are the conserving measures of biodiversity? Answer: the methods of conserving biodiversity are: number first, in situ conservation; number second, ex situ conservation. Explanation of any one of these is given below. In situ conservation. The conservation of species within their natural habitats or original ecosystems is called in situ conservation. The establishment of protected areas such as national parks, wildlife reserves, etc. are some examples of in situ conservation. In this process, certain habitats and species are legally protected from human activities that could harm them. This helps to preserve the biodiversity within these areas. The conserving measures of biodiversity are as follows. Number first, by controlling wildlife poaching and illegal trade. Number second, by creating and managing additional protected areas as needed. Number third, by controlling the human activities such as pollution, deforestation, uncontrolled urbanization, and industrialization. Number 4, by creating an effective implementation of laws related to biological diversity conservation. Number 5, by spreading awareness about biodiversity conservation. Now, number C, what are the common impacts of human activities on biodiversity? Explain. Answer. Human activities can have various impacts on biodiversity, including habitat destruction, pollution, overexploitation of resources, and introduction of invasive species. For example, deforestation can lead to the loss of habitat for many species, while pollution can contaminate water bodies and harm aquatic life. Overfishing or hunting can deplete populations of certain species, and the introduction of non-native species can disrupt ecosystems and threaten native species. Question number D. Explain the present status of biodiversity of Nepal. Answer. The present status of biodiversity in Nepal is characterized by high level of species richness and endemism. Nepal is home to a wide range of plants and animals species, including many that are unique to the country. However, the biodiversity of Nepal is also facing various threats such as habitat loss, poaching, and climate change, which are putting many species at risk of extinction. Now, E number, explain the causes of the degradation of biodiversity in points. Answer. The causes of degradation of biodiversity are: number 1, deforestation. So explain, the question also asks us to explain, therefore short explanation for each of the points have been given here. Number 1, deforestation. The clearing of forests for agriculture, lodging, and infrastructure development leads to habitat destruction and loss of biodiversity. Number 2, habitat loss and fragmentation. Human activities like urbanization and expansion of agricultural lands results in the fragmentation of natural habitats, isolating species and reducing their populations. Number 3, pollution. Pollution of air, water, and soil negatively affects ecosystems and the organisms living within them. Number 4, overexploitation. Overhunting, overfishing, and unsustainable harvesting of natural resources lead to the decline of species and depletion of populations. Number 5, climate change. Global warming and climate change alter temperature and precipitation patterns. Precipitation pattern means rainfall pattern, okay, impacting ecosystems and forcing species to adopt or migrate to new habitats. Now, question number 8, what is the role of species richness in biodiversity? Role of species richness in biodiversity. Answer. Species richness refers to the number of different species present in a particular area or ecosystem. It is an important component of biodiversity because it reflects the diversity and variety of life forms within a given area. Higher species richness is generally associated with greater biodiversity and a healthier ecosystem. Now, question number G, mention the type of biodiversity. Answer. There are 3 main types of biodiversity. Number 1, genetic biodiversity, which refers to the variety of genes within a species. Number 2, species biodiversity, which refers to the variety of different species within an ecosystem or on Earth as a whole. Number 3, ecosystem biodiversity, which refers to the variety of different ecosystems and habitats that exist on Earth. Now let's go to H number. H is the last number question. Okay, question number 8. Study the given picture and answer the following questions. So here in the picture there has been written Chitwan Rashtriya Nikunja, Chitwan National Park. Okay, so this is picture of Chitwan National Park. Question number 1. Which type of method of conservation of biodiversity is shown in the picture? Okay, national park is what type of biodiversity? I think you have known about it. This is in situ conservation. Okay, so answer, the type of conservation of biodiversity shown in the given picture is in situ conservation. Number 2, state the advantages of this method and its procedures in biodiversity conservation. Okay, state the advantages of this model and its procedures in biodiversity conservation. Answer, the advantages of the model and its procedure in biodiversity conservation are: number 1, the plants and animals can be protected in their native places. Number 2, we can protect all the wild species whether they are endangered or not. Okay, dear students, in this way we have completed the exercise of the chapter 4, unit 4, biodiversity and environment. The first portion of it is completed. Soon I will come among you by taking the exercise of the second part, sustainable development, of the same chapter, chapter number 4, biodiversity and environment. शिक्षक शिक्षिका मित्रहरू एवं विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, मलाई आशा छ आजको यो भिडियो यहाँहरूको लागि केही न केही मात्रामा सहयोगी भयो होला। आगामी दिनहरूमा फेरि यस्तै अन्य भिडियोहरू लिएर उपस्थित हुने नै छु। त्यतिन्जेलसम्मको लागि म बिदा लिन चाहन्छु। फेरि यस्तै भिडियोहरू तपाई प्राप्त गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भनेदेखि अवश्य पनि यहाँहरूले च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहुनेछ, लाइक गर्नुहुनेछ, साथै अन्य साथी भाइहरू जोसम्म चाहिँ यो भिडियो पुग्न सकेको छैन अथवा जसलाई यहाँले चाहिँ यो भिडियो पुर्याएर उहाँको पढाइमा सहयोग गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूसँग पनि यो भिडियो शेयर गर्नुहुनेछ भन्ने आशा गर्दै बिदा हुन चाहन्छु। नमस्ते। फेरि अर्को भिडियोमा हाम्रो भेट हुने नै छ।